unhappy when the sport of volleyball is involved, but that one still certainly stings. This is really a program in Scotus that just almost without parallel. In the last 7 years, they're 191-6. How'd they get here? Well, let's take a look at the top part of the bracket as Central City swept Shadron, no trouble there. And then a terrific match early last night over Syracuse and Betsy Steinkühler and Andrea Meyer and that bunch of Rockets. It was quite a match as Syracuse led game one 14-9, but the Rockets could not hold on, and it was just a two-game win for Central City. Scotus a much easier trip to get here as they swept Bishop Neumann. And then last night 15-0 and 15-1 over Lincoln Lutheran, still rebuilding. For instance, Jenny Dutzman headed to Missouri a year ago. How close are they? Well, Scotus and Central City not far apart at all. Of course, Columbus really a metropolis in this state. 22,000 will qualify for that term. Meanwhile, Central City a little bit down the road on Highway 30, and their population is 3,000. The battle of the green as Central City, you see number 13 right there, Ashley Solt, has plenty of firepower, and Connie and Solt and J.C. Cook in the middle, they may have the best 1-2 tandem nearly of any class except perhaps Papillion Levis.
Well, Ashley's already committed to go to UNK, and she's a great left side hitter. She will be what you call a swing hitter. She'll be in the middle of the floor, serve receiving, and then she'll swing either right side or left side. You know, assistant coach Stacy Wolf used to do that for Colorado. But they run a swing with her. They let her serve receive, and then she goes either side, right side or left side, and it's hard to stop her when she's hitting from the left side.
And there you see Central City's Bison gathering around Jody Gavers in her 9th year, and they've been to 3 state tournaments, including last year's championship. And Central City and Scotus will now toe the line, and we'll send it to our public address announcer. Here is Mr. Tom Weiss.
Association, and sponsored by Altel and the U.S. Bank, the premier partner of the Nebraska School Activities Association. This Class C1 final matches the Central City Bison and the Columbus Scotus Shamrocks. Now let's meet the teams. First, the non-starters for Central City. Number 2, Stephanie Kucera. Number 4, Chelsea Brockmeyer. Number 5, Alicia McCoy. Number 8, Jamie Bakey. Number 9, Michelle Mankey. Number 12, Katie McCoy. Number 14, Brittany Huseman. And number 15, Andra Dexter. And now, the starting rotation for the home team, the Bison of Central City High School. Number 3, April Ritta. Number 6, Kay Brockmeyer. Number 7, Rose Dinwiddie. Number 10, Shauna Virtue. Number 11, J.C. Cook. Number 13, Ashley Solt. Jody Gavers is the Bison head coach. She is assisted by Kelly Benson and Jan Blaze. Here are the introductions of the non-starters for the Shamrocks. Number 1, Nicole Milak. Number 4, Laura Dolezal. Number 8, Taylor Harsh. Number 9, Renee Byron. Number 11, Michelle Flint. Number 12, Lynn Weeder. Number 13, Taryn Ketter. Injured and not playing, Andrea Brzezinski. And now the starting rotation for the Shamrocks of Scotus High School. Number 2, Jen Sackett. Number 3, Carrie Moravchik. Number 5, Amanda Chalaha. Number 6, Natasha Bender. Number 7, Megan Pyle. And number 10, Lori Beller. The head coach is John Peterson. Janet Cooley and Julie Blaser are the assistant coaches. The officials for this game, Bono Bizaga and Sue Maylott. And now, play volleyball.
How good should this one be? Well, Central City starts 5 seniors and a terrific freshman, Kay Brockmeyer. And for Scotus, Connie, you have to go back to 1992 to find a state final Saturday without Columbus Scotus. That's nearly a decade. Should be a great one. What will be the keys?
Well, both teams returned 4 starters. So there's 4 starters that were in this match last year. Again, keys along with serving and serve receive is going to be defense. Who's going to keep the ball off the floor and then who can terminate. Composure is another issue. Momentum swings and how they can deal with each other's power.
The high school volleyball championships today on ETV Sports are brought to you in part by NPPD, always there when you need us, and Brian LGH, the first name in heart care, and tobacco-free Nebraska for a great state of health. Don't forget the setters. Both are excellent. Shauna Virtue for Central City, Natasha Bender for Columbus. They'll run traditional 5-1 offenses here. 1 setter at all times. 2 attackers at times when the setter's in the front row. Otherwise, when she's in the back, there'll be 3 attackers. Columbus on the left side in the visiting white. And the home green worn by the Bison of Central City. Here comes the serve. We're underway. 2 undefeated meet at center court in Pershing. And the first kill goes to Megan Pyle, perhaps, Connie, the most athletic of all the Scotus attackers.
She just is such an all-around athlete. Not just volleyball, but also soccer. She's just a tremendous athlete, great jumper, and a great swing.
Pyle serves that one. Solt goes low there. She swings to the right, and a quick couple of side outs. Ashley Solt, a 5'10" senior, already locked up by UNK. A lot of folks think she could play Division I. Great signing by the Lopers, and a near, yes, that is a service ace. 1-0, Central City.
Well, Central City came through that tough district with St. Paul, and so they've had to play some tough matches too.
Right side shot, block, and just wide. Lori Beller yelled that one wide. She's a 5'10" senior. Scotus loaded as well. Each team starts 5 seniors. Renee Byerman for Scotus, we'll see a lot of times. She's a junior. Jennifer Sackett, a junior. But they're loaded with experience. Here comes the serve from defensive specialist Laura Dolezal. And the kill from Solt. She doesn't have to be right up on the net, Connie. She can bang away from 20 feet off.
Well, she has such a great vertical and a tremendous arm swing that she hits that ball with so much velocity.
1-0 Central City. Here comes the serve. Middle hit from the left-hander. Nearly drops. Tipped over by Shauna Virtue. Here comes Scotus, and Chalaha sends it just strong. And it's 2-0 Central City. Chelsea
She was just trying to go high off the blocker's hands and just missed.
Brockmeyer serves it. Good. Well, Megan Pyle's pass a little bit low. Brockmeyer, the dig. Shauna Virtue two-hands it across to Scotus. And give the termination to Amanda Chalaha. She's a great tipper, 5'7" senior, spelled C-I-E-L-O-C-H-A. Amanda Chalaha, trailing 2-0. Here's Lori Beller for the Shamrocks. Solt takes a knee. The freshman can swing it and give the kill to Kay Brockmeyer. My goodness.
Wow, that was a great swing by her, just being really aggressive. First set of the night, and she puts it down.
Has played varsity all year long. Brockmeyer's mother's a school secretary. Set outside. Chalaha gets her second put away. 2 for 2. And Columbus Scotus, Connie, has always had great talent, but not a whole lot of Division I talent. So it's just remarkable what John Peterson has done. Probably the most noteworthy of late Carmen Burback, who played at Northwestern. Serve receive, Central City. That's an ace for Scotus. It's 2-1 Bison.
Well, John has so much success in getting his players to accept role. They all have a role to play on the team, and they do an excellent job at whatever that role is, whether it's being a passer, a setter, or a hitter.
Back-to-back aces. And the riddle of Amanda Shaloha's serve yet to be solved by J.C. Cook. And the Bison tied at 2 early. Pull up a chair. C1 title should be a good one. Neither team familiar with losses this year. And 3 straight times J.C. Cook has been targeted, and my guess is that's going to be a pattern.
Well, I know they've studied tape on each other many times, so they're trying to pick out some weaknesses and exploit those.
Nice pass, and now Cook gets a swing. Outside set. Megan Pyle diving for it beautifully. Scotus, Central City keeps it off the floor, and Scotus gives it back acrobatically. Here's the slide for Cook, and she pounds it home. A side out.
And she did a nice job that time of hitting high off the blocker's hands. When we talk about trying to explore each other's weaknesses, both these teams are undefeated. What weaknesses do they have? But they're looking for them.
Pass is made. The set from Bender outside to Megan Pyle, and another side out. Probably the most impressive wins on either docket, well, both teams have piled them up, of course, is what Central City has done to Aurora, not once, but twice. Aurora is the favorite after this one to win the Class B championship. Central City has swept them 2 times this year. Pass made by April Ritta and travels over the net to Scotus. Megan Pyle tipping. Here's Ashley Solt, and she's human, firing into the net. And it's 4-2 Scotus.
In that one Central City match at Aurora, there were 2,500 people there to watch a high school volleyball match.
Ritta hustles forward for it. And the only choice for Shauna Virtue is back row, and a miss hit. Suddenly the Shamrocks up 5-2.
And that's the key right now, is forcing the other team out of their offense, making them make some unforced errors.
All this with Jennifer Sackett doing the serving until then. Remember, Central City really had to work hard against Syracuse, as the Rockets finished 27-2, whereas last night it was quick work for Scotus. And there's a service ace, and J.C. Cook and her Bison are suddenly back within 2.
Well, J.C.'s had 38 aces on the season, and she can show you why she does. She has just a tough serve.
Sackett, pass was a little low. Megan Pyle hustles in there, pops it over. Now a chance to get within 1. Ashley Solt, cross court. Pyle, and it'll finally drop, and it's a 5-4 contest. Boy, these players are having fun.
Ashley hit a body shot there. She went right at the body of Scotus.
Sackett to the deck. Megan Pyle will try again. And there's the freshman, Kay Brockmeyer. Solt can't terminate. Megan Pyle will try. She does. Side out. The Shamrocks of Scotus.
Well, the tempo of this game and the intensity is definitely picking up.
Last year, when Central City came back and won Game 3, it ended a 5-year consecutive title string for Scotus, if you can believe it. And that served just a little wide from Natasha Bender. And here's her counterpart at setter, Shauna Virtue. So both are in similar rotations right now. At the setter serving, and that's an ace for Virtue. We're tied at 5. 3 consecutive Bison points.
And Virtue does so many things. Being a setter, she also blocks well and hits well.
I misspoke. It's Rose Dinwiddie putting it in place, and now Megan Pyle swings. Dinwiddie can't come up with it. Double hit, 5 apiece.
Nice job of taking that ball really high over the block.
That's Connie Lentz, longtime volleyball coach, most recently at Kearney. And I'm John Baylor, courtside here at Pershing Auditorium.
John, when I keep saying these hitters reach high, when you have an excellent blocking team, you don't want to hit the ball into the hands. You want to hit the ball high off the blocker's hands, and that's why they all reach so high and hit high.
Right side shot, blocked back. Carrie Maracha gets her first swing and now flips over. And back again to Scotus. Shalaha sends it. Ashley Holt, great dig. Brockmeyer, the freshman long. Some great young talent in this championship Saturday. We've seen bushels full so far today. This is championship number 5. We'll run through the title holders in just a moment. Here comes the serve from Laura Dolezal, defensive specialist. Solt has to fire. She gets it in. Side out.
And she is such an effective back row attacker because of her jumping ability and that nice swing. It causes problems for the block when she's hitting that far back. They have to delay and then wait for the ball to come.
Chelsea Brockmeyer sends it over. 5'6" junior. Shalaha bangs. And Kate Brockmeyer, her cousins, digs it up. Little hit, Cook won't drop. And from the right side, near put away for Scotus' Lori Beller. Bang back, and Beller redirects, and give credit to her. Great reaction there.
Well, that's just trademark Scotus. Play great defense. That's a great hit by JC, but Scotus does something with it. They get it up, keep it off the floor.
Here's Nicole Milak checking in. Milak is a serving specialist for Scotus. Dad is a home builder back in Columbus. 5 apiece, game 1. And somehow J.C. Cook battled that one through, fighting the setter's block.
And she did a nice job of choosing which hit or blocker to hit over that time.
And that one just long from the setter, Shauna Virtue. And she's a real good one. She's almost like a coach out there. In fact, her head coach, Jody Gavers, thinks that'd be a great career for her. Sees the floor very well. There's Cook alongside Solt, and the teams exchange service errors.
Well, every successful team needs that floor general, the one that keeps everyone organized, keeps everyone in their places, and helps them through some tight situations in a game.
A service ace for Kay Brockmeyer. Milak couldn't handle it. 6-5 Central City. And Milak checks out. Say hello to Lori Beller back in. They'll target Lori. Nice pass. Here's Megan Pyle. Over dig from Rita. Sit it up, try first of the game, won't work. For the point, Ashley Solt, roll shot, no. Pyle the dig. Megan the swing. Will send the local over. Didn't fool Central City. Holt, and she holds serve. And that's point 7 for Central City.
Ashley drives to the ball so well. Her arms are back parallel to the ground, and then she brings them forward, and she can bring the heat.
Good pass, and now Pyle. Central City. This would be 6 in a row, and they got it. It's suddenly 8-5 Bison. They trailed early 5-2. Timeout, Scotus.
Central City's just been really aggressive. J.C. Cook takes it and just rips it in between the two blockers. You want to make the other team play defense, and she just put that ball right down through the block and the defensive diggers.
They gather around Jody Gavers, and there's a coaching powerhouse. Jody, 9 years at Central City, and her husband, Bill, is the basketball and tennis coach at Grand Island Central Catholic, and he's got multiple titles in those sports. Meanwhile, this year's Nebraska High School Volleyball Championship is being carried live over the internet. So if you have friends or family who don't have access to any TV, our condolences, but also have them log on to our network website at net.unl.edu. Click sports and follow the prompts. These webcasts are free and brought to you commercial free as a service of NETV Sports, Nebraska's home for sports. A moment ago, John Peterson. Shamrocks listening attentively. They're not used to trailing whatsoever.
Well, I'm so impressed with Brockmeyer, the freshman playing in this big state match. She's serving from that service line like she's been there for a long time.
Service to Scotus. Good pass made again by Lori Beller. Megan Pyle. Not quite a pancake from the freshman Kate Brockmeyer, but no point awarded yet. Until just then, a carry against Scotus. 7 consecutive points scored by the Bison against the Shamrocks.
Well, right there, it was just a great serve that set that whole play up.
Service to Lori Beller and a termination. Nicely done, Renee Byerman. Junior, the only junior along with Sackett who starts on this team. She's a great track star in the spring.
Well, she showed the vertical that time. She went straight up in a great swing.
And here's that junior aforementioned, Jennifer Sackett. 39 aces this year. And that's a 40th attack attempt by a back row player. That came from Dinwiddie, and now it's 9-6 Central City. Sackett stays in there. Brockmeyer, trouble handling that one. Tip shot from Cook, and that drops.
Well, these hitters are so smart. As they're approaching to the ball, they glance over to see where the hole is. They just sense when that middle blocker comes over to block on them that there's going to be an opening the opposite direction.
Megan Pyle. Dig by J.C. Cook. Here's Solt swinging, and that's through the hands of Lori Beller. And you know, John Peterson's just not understanding what he's seeing. This is a team that's not lost a game all year. Forget a match. They haven't lost a game all season, Columbus Scotus. Central City up 10-6 now. Service ace, make it 11-6. Coach Peterson will bring him over once more. He's out of timeouts. 11-6 Central City, and it was 5-2 Shamrocks earlier. Don't miss any TV sports coverage of NCAA women's basketball as we present the Time Warner Challenge on Sunday, November 18th. It's an in-state clash as the Nebraska Cornhuskers host the Creighton Blue Jays. Live from the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, we'll have complete coverage exclusively on our cable network, NETV2, beginning at 4:30. It's the Time Warner Challenge on NETV Sports, Nebraska's home for sports. Well, the Shamrocks, unaccustomed to adversity, suddenly face it, trailing by 5.
Well, Central City's keeping the pressure on. They're keeping the pressure on, 1, by serving tough, and 2, by just really being aggressive at the net.
Shamrocks have been now to 9 consecutive state championships. And they won 5 of them. Serve receive, and nice termination, cutting it to the right, Carrie Marachek.
That was a nice quick that time by the middle. You could hear her, even clear over where we're sitting, you could hear her yelling for that set. She wanted it.
Service to Cook. The slide, Ashley Solt, S-O-L-T. Great dig sack for Scotus, but the shot not down. Tipping is April Ritta, and punching it back now. Marachek, can she do it 2 in a row with her off hand? She does. Scotus climbing back, 11-7.
Well, she looks like she's going to tip it with one hand, and then she tips it with the other hand.
Solt's pass high in the air, and Shauna Virtue chases it over. Giving it to Solt, dug by Scotus, and that ball's in. Shamrocks are back within 3.
I think that's what Coach Peterson talked about, was just being aggressive. Look, let's just keep swinging at them and make Central City have to play defense.
And now it's time for Jody Gavers to call a timeout. Central City had an interesting send-off when they left for the state tournament. The entire local volunteer fire department, led by local fire chief Tim Bowling, escorted them through town. And that's a way to leave town.
That gets you fired up, right, with the fire trucks?
Exactly correct. 11-8. Hopefully many of the players were like Randy Johnson in the Diamondbacks parade the other day, sitting on the truck and waving.
Well, I hope we have a lot of young viewers out there watching this match, because these teams are so technically sound fundamentally, and you're just going to see players put forth great intensity and great emotion into this match. This is the kind of match that you dream about being able to play in a state final.
Here it comes from the setter, Natasha Bender. Nice pass. Slide Ashley Solt. She's blocked. It's all Scotus suddenly as the momentum swings wildly in this one. 11-9 now, Central City.
Well, that time Ashley took it on the right side, and they were already double blocked waiting for her. She didn't have a chance to do anything with the ball.
Solt the pass. A shot comes from Dinwiddie. Won't drop, but a free ball back. Virtue gives it to Dinwiddie, who sets Solt. She powers it through. Central City finally the side out.
And Dinwiddie is one of those players that she's the secondary setter, and so she's the one that has to make the set over to Ashley.
Sackett, nice pass. Megan Pyle punches it, won't drop. Lunging dig by Cook. Solt gets blocked back. Again, Ashley Solt. Tipping, no. Free ball to the Bison. Up 11-9, just the first game. Solt tries again, and Sackett is so steady back there. Jennifer Sackett allows Beller to get it over. Now Solt, boy, that shoulder's going to be tired after this one. Shalaha the dig. Scotus into the net. It drops. And a point for the Bison. 12-9 Central City.
And that was a very long rally that both teams were able to keep the ball in play. It was so long that they had to keep their system as far as staying in position.
It'll hit Megan Pyle. She moves over now to block left side as Ritta comes back with it just long. Side out to the Shamrocks. And it's not just volleyball that they excel in. The women's soccer, I should say girls soccer team, also has 4 straight titles. Backslide here, Solt, cross court, block back, and wow, Brockmeyer, remarkable just to send that in the air. Still, Scotus claims the point, now trails just by 2. Peterson gives Megan Pyle the target. Nice pass. Kay Brockmeyer, the freshman, the slide. April Ritta, tip shot, no. The dump attempt from Lori Beller won't work. Scotus gets it back. Shalaha. The freshman called for it. Kay Brockmeyer.
Well, she just got caught in that position of, do I pass it with my forearm or do I pass it with my hands? And just in that in-between mode, the ball came so fast at her, she didn't have a chance to react.
Now to tie it. That one would have been long. Played by Solt. Too close for comfort. Ashley, cross court, no. Now to tie it, if you can believe this. Shalaha in. We're tied at a dozen.
Well, right now, Scotus is really serving Ashley Solt deep. They're serving her so deep so that she has the furthest to run to get into her hitting approach after she passes the ball.
Now for the lead. They fought back from down 5. She does it. 13-12 Columbus Scotus. Timeout Central City.
And that time the freshman just didn't transfer her weight. She ran up to the ball and just stopped, and so the momentum of the ball also stopped. If she would have ran through that ball, it would have directed it to the setter.
Well, let's try to eavesdrop the Scotus huddle. Columbus Scotus, and there's Coach Jody Gavers, and her assistants are Kelly Benson, who played for Scotus, then for Doane, played for Central City and then for Doane, and came back and is now a teacher, and also Jan Blaze is proud to say that her son BJ is a basketball player, age 21 at Doane, and her daughter Jenna is just age 3. Here it comes from Megan Pyle. Brockmeyer is struggling right now with her ball handling. Free ball over to Scotus for another point. Not so fast. Quick attack, April Ritta. Diving dig, Jennifer Sackett. Shalaha tipping. Central City for the side out. Solt block back. Ashley Solt one-legged over. Sackett everywhere back there. And a kill for Lori Beller. And Central City, Connie, has got to keep it away from junior Jennifer Sackett.
Well, right now they've been going outside a lot to Ashley Solt. They need to mix up their offense just a little more. And that was a great right side attack by Ballard.
Service from Megan Pyle. It's a game point chance for Scotus. Nearly down. They fought back from 11-6, now 14-12 for the game. Shalaha, cross-court count. Amanda Shalaha, 5'7" senior, known for her tipping. Forget that. She's not at a hotel or riding in a taxi. Banging that one down cross-court. And Scotus comes back from down 11-6 and claims the first handling. 15-12. What Central City team emerges game 2 after this sudden turnaround? We'll find out when we come back. Scotus goes for the title when we return as the 2001 High School Volleyball Championships. One place, NETV Sports.
Funding for this program is provided in part by Tobacco-Free Nebraska for a great state of health. Secondhand smoke is more than annoying. It seriously affects thousands of Nebraskans, smokers and non-smokers, with over 4,000 chemicals and cancer-causing toxins. Secondhand smoke is a first-rate killer.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, this is your Nebraska ETV network.
Back to Pershing, where Connie Lentz, it was all Scotus at the end.
Well, Scotus did a nice job of serving tough to get Central City out of their offense. When you have to free it over the net, you're not giving your self to set up. Boy, what am I trying to say here? You're not giving yourself a chance to play offense when you're free balling the ball over the net. When you look at the stats right here, kills fairly close. Scotus had 15 kills. Central City had 13 kills. You look at digs, 25 digs for Central City. And you look at the big difference, 4 ace serves, 5 ace serves, 2 blocks. Scotus.
Before we begin game number 2, back to some quick tips thanks to Nebraska head coach John Cook.
Cross-court attack is probably the most common attack in volleyball. It's the easiest attack for attackers to hit. And basically, when they attack cross-court, they have more court to hit into. If you think about the length of the court, hitting cross-court diagonally allows more room for error. So most attackers will attack cross-court. In order to do that, they have to get their feet there. It has to be a good set, and they hit it with their wrist. And as you'll see in the state tournament, most of the attackers will be attacking cross-court. The exceptional attackers will be able to do that and also hit down the line.
That's Kim Barron's, former Chapel Buffalo. Also Angie Oxley helping out, former Ogallala Indian, 2 of the stars on last year's national championship team. Big thank you to the head coach and those 2 former stars.
Did you blink when that ball was coming towards the camera like that? I did. I thought I was going to hit it.
It actually took me right off the cheek as we get ready to start game 2 in Central City. Their brain trust a little sober right now as that first game turned around in a blink. They led 11-6. Then it was 12-12, and suddenly it was 15-12 with Central City on the short end. But last year they lost the first game 15-0. So a better start for the Bison. John Peterson gives a signal to his setter, Natasha Bender. Great senior, seen a lot.
It's really important for the Bison to come out and establish some momentum.
Well, Dinwiddie mishit that one, and that slide was way outside. Tough angle, 1-zip, Shamrocks. They have won 10 of the last 11 points. Bender slams that serve. Ashley Solt's a good candidate to get Central City out of the funk. And might have another chance. Nope, it's going to be April Ritter. Dig by Jennifer Sackett, who's been terrific on the back line. Joust, nope, 4 hits against Scotus. Side out Central City. Right there in between Grand Island and Columbus on Highway 30. Central City, population 3,000, holding steady. Sackett takes a knee. Megan Pyle goes to the opposite wing, and Shalaha can't get it down. And on the slide, wow, what a save, Bender. Here's Solt. Not yet. Columbus, terrific floor defense. And that one hits the hardwood.
What great defense, really on both sides. Just great digs. Players going down on the floor to keep the ball in play. Tremendous play.
Pyle, a la Larry Bird, believe he was the first to ever do that, wiping the soles of the shoes. Kay Brockmeyer, setter, dump, try, won't work for Shauna Virtue. Again, Scotus, the block a good touch, but it lands wide. Point Shamrocks, 2-zip, and they're 13 away. 13 away from a title.
Central City was there with their block, but she was already drifting to the antenna, and the ball went off her arms out of bounds.
Boy, they're targeting the freshman Brockmeyer. She's had a few struggles tonight passing the volleyball. Solt can't get it home. Shalaha again at Brockmeyer. April Ritta, tip shot, no. Outside set Shalaha, and there's Cook. Keeping it alive. Solt roll shot. Oh, yes, it will work.
And it was good for Central City to get out of that rotation. It was a rotation with a shorter middle and their setter, and then Solt's in the front row. Now they have a little bit taller lineup.
Solt pounds it over. Sackett, another great pass. Tipping but not down. Carrie Maracek. Ritta long for Central City, and a side out Columbus, up 2-zip in the second. 15-12, the verdict in the first for Scotus. Laura Dolezal. She's the goalie on the soccer team. Sends it over. Nice pass, Cook. And there's a nice touch shot from April Ritta.
That's right, April did a nice job of just taking enough speed off the ball. She goes up, still swings her arm, but takes a lot of the power off of it to dump it right in the hole.
School is all in the family for Ritta. There's that shot one more time. Her mother's a school nurse. Her dad teaches special ed. And a kill for the lefty on the front line, Renee Byerman. She just kind of sneaks in there with all the firepower around her. You kind of lose track of her, and then she makes you pay for it.
And it really is effective being a lefty in the middle, too, because you hit the ball at a different angle.
And that serve's not going to work. The wind currents here in Pershing must be playing tricks on Lori Beller's serve. That one was short. 2-zip Scotus. Central City trying to get their first tally in the second game. They got to win this one to force a third. Solt takes the free ball, the slide for Cook, and she pounds one down. J.C. Cook, the 5'9" senior.
And she does such a nice job of elevating on that slide. She goes up high, nice over the block. And again, a serve by Burchard caused Columbus to have to send over a free ball.
That pass backwards from Beller, and a great chance for Central City to tie it. Who'll it be? Why not? Cook once more. Not down, though. She kind of mishit it while cutting. Byerman back over to Central City. Outside set. Kay Brockerman long.
And that was a nice aggressive swing by the freshman. It's just that it was hit a little long, but you'd still rather have him swinging away and being aggressive.
We might see Brockmeyer's cousin, Chelsea. She's a serving specialist. Haven't seen her so far. Solt, great pass. And Cook into the net. Point Scotus, 3-1. Shamrocks 12 away from a championship. It would be their 6th in 7 years, all Class C1. Pass made nicely by Ritta. Solt, 12 feet off, won't work. Scotus for another point. Counted Megan Pyle. Slashing that one at a sharp angle, 4-1.
And Columbus right now is really being aggressive. Scotus is just going up there. Megan, that's a pile driver. She drove that ball to the floor.
Solt, Burchard, Cook. Virtue set her dumb. Scotus, they're so quick. Middle hit kill. It's 5-1. And Central City needs a timeout. Scotus trailing 11-6, suddenly stopped hitting the snooze buzzer game 1. And 15-12 in the first, now 5-1 in the second. We'll throw another volleyball trivia question at you, see how savvy a fan you are. What's the 10-foot line? And what does it mean? What is it? And what significance does it have? We'll get you an answer shortly, so stay right there. Connie's shaking her head. She thinks these are pretty easy. And you're hearing a lot of go big green. Both teams receive inspiration from that.
That's right. That's a common cheer right now. The thing right now that Columbus Scotus is having success with, their transition from defense to offense has been really smooth in game 2. And in these last few points, they've really converted on those kills because of playing defense and being able to get right into their offense.
Amanda Shalaha, solid senior, floats one. Cook long, 6-1. Hold everything. They say the block touched it. Let's take a look. A sharp shot on the left wing. And we'll see about this call, we hope, shortly.
Well, here it comes. Left side hitter. Hits the seam of the block through the 2 blockers. It's really hard to tell if they got some fingertips on that.
Well, officials at times can be concerned about fan interest, and that certainly will keep Central City closer. So 6-1 receiving serve, 5-1 and serving. Brockmeyer. Middle hit and quickly a side out. Credit Renee Byerman. Boy, that offense on serve receive is so fluid right now for Scotus.
That's right. That's that transition, and she gets some help from the tape too to mess the timing up of the block on that shot. But still, a kill's a kill.
Rarely see a left-handed middle. Usually they're parked on the right side. Took the pass. JC swings. 2 knees Beller. And a free ball from Sackett. Here come the Bison. Sold block. And a great cover by Brockmeyer. Right side. Shot from Dinwiddie. He's been quiet, but no longer. Side out Bison. They trailed, remember, 14-9 game 1 against Syracuse last night at Lincoln Northeast.
Well, Dinwiddie did a nice job of just reaching up high and taking that ball down the line side.
And J.C. Cook, how do you do? There's a service ace, 5-2. Her mother teaches 6th grade in Central City. Dad works for the Napa Parts store. Here it comes from J.C. Good pass, Shalaha. Megan Pyle, there's another Pyle driver. Soccer's her favorite sport. She's also a great basketball player, but probably in college she's destined to play the sport of soccer. 4 straight titles for Scotus in that sport. On the slide, Dinwiddie. 2 for her last 2.
Wow, what an adjustment she made on that set. That set was really set outside the antenna, and she still could cut it around the antenna and get it down.
Rose Dinwiddie now to serve. Sackett, a great pass. It's going to be Lori Beller pounding it through the double block. And that was the setter she was attacking, but Shauna Virtue has no liability at the net. Watch this. Just not penetrating quite far enough.
That's right. She had her hand straight up instead of being over the net.
Pass from Soltz results in a one-hander from 20 feet off. And you can't do that against Scotus and survive as the kill goes to Corey Marachek. 6-2 Scotus. 9 away from a championship. 6 in their last 7. Brockmeyer, the freshman, the pass high. Joust at the net, and they're going to call it an infraction against the center, Shauna Virtue. Translate that one for us, Connor.
Well, it's a joust, and I think they just called her for an illegal hit on that. It's hard to say, but that's exactly what John Cook was talking about. The setter pushing last usually wins.
Meanwhile, another service ace for Scotus. Pyle has served 3 points in a row. It's 8-2 Shamrocks. 7 from the title. Game number 2. This one has not been as close of late as anticipated. April Ritta block back, and somehow Virtue sharp angles it across. And now it's time for Amanda Shalaha to do the same. Solt needs this one. Roll shot, got it.
Oh, and she did such a great job of selling that. She comes in hard like she's just going to pound the ball, and at the last minute, she stops her swing. Off-speed shot right to the middle.
Ashley Solt, her parents run the funeral home in town. And that's an overpass and a double hit on Kay Brockmeyer. 8-2 score remains in favor of the Shamrocks.
Well, Central City has to work hard right now in trying to get a little bit of momentum back. When they get the ball back, they've got to try to run off at least a point or two every time they get the ball.
Back in Laura Dolezal. Sophomore at 5'7", sends one. Ritta tries it from the right pin, won't work. Dolezal sets. 2 players collide. Pyle and Shalaha. Kay Brockmeyer trying to get untracked, and she does. Boy, she's got so much talent and fluidity. She's the only non-senior starter, and that'll give her some confidence.
Well, she's a good leaper, and that time she just went up and hit the ball as hard as she could off of Scotus's fingers.
Chelsea Brockmeyer comes in, believe for the first time. She's a great server, and she's the cousin of Kay. And nearly results in a point on the block. That time a block is successful. You can't keep the Bison down. That's this long, and it's a 5-point margin.
And Cook had 2 great blocks in a row. She lines up on the hitter and reaches over the net.
Chelsea Brockmeyer, they needed to serve another couple. Shalaha. Chelsea gets it to Virtue. The slide. Cook block back. Now JC's going to send it across to Kay Brockmeyer. Won't fall. Beller across to Shalaha. Longest rally of the evening. Here's Cook. Tipping no. Pyle there. Shalaha over the block and down. A dagger to the Bison Hearts on that one.
And she did a great job of splitting the seam between the 2 defensive players in back row.
Nicole Milak comes in. Nicole saw time briefly, primarily as a server. Back in the first. Won by Scotus, 15-12, and they're going to call that an ace. My goodness, let's see if we get a closer look on that one. There have been a lot of close calls, and that one, again, whistled as contacting the floor, and Cook flustered, mishandles a second, and it's 10-3 Scotus, and they're 5 away from a championship. 10-3 Shamrocks. The answer to our most recent trivia question. What's that 10-foot, 3-meter line? It's that line extended across the court to signify the point where back row players cannot cross in order to attack the ball. In fact, Connie, they can't even touch it with their feet.
That's right. They can jump behind and be in the air and contact the ball and then land in front. But their feet have to be behind the line when they take off the ground. And you're watching Ashley Solt from Central City do a good job of that on her back row attacks.
19 of the last 23 points have been scored by Columbus Scotus after Central City jumped to an 11-6 lead game 1.
Scotus is being so aggressive. They're so aggressive in their serving right now.
Relock wide. So a bit reminiscent of last year, though certainly not a mirror image of what Central City did to Scotus last year. Coming back and shocking the Shamrocks in 3. After getting skunked in the first, 15-love. Virtue. Line drives it. Beller. And now the left-hander Byerman. Double hit against Dinwiddie. And Scotus takes over. 5 away from the C1 championship. West Point Central Catholic, Hampton, Papillion La Vista, Republican Valley. 4 champions thus far on title Saturday. Shalaha. Ritta backpedals. The slide for Cook. Gotta have it. And there goes all the dig. Middle hit, block back, and 4 hits. It never did clear the net. Whistled against Scotus. I'm John Baylor. There's Connie Lentz, longtime head coach, state of Nebraska, most recently with the Kearney Bearcats for the volleyball. Nice pass made by Beller. Megan Pyle, not this time. Now for the Bison point. Solt, cross court, no. Gauss And in the net is the setter, Natasha Bender, and Central City within 6.
Well, Cook does a nice job of going up. When that ball's passed tight to the net, she just goes straight up and pushes off to the side.
Here it comes from Brockmeyer. Beller the target. She's been up to the task thus far, and it results in another Megan Pyle kill.
Great play. She goes line. She hits totally past the block on line.
Megan Pyle. And now the junior Jennifer Sackett. Great back row specialist. Brockmeyer will force a left side roll shot. And now it's Pyle for another Scotus point, and the Shamrocks by 7 in the second, trying to sweep Central City.
And Pyle right now is just ripping line. You see that the block is not taking line away from her, so she's just pounding line.
Sackett long. A reprieve for Central City. These Central City seniors, all of them were told straight A students. Left side shot, Megan Pyle into the net. Another point for CC. It's 11-5 Scotus.
And that speaks so well of the student athlete, being disciplined on the court, but also disciplined in the classroom.
There's something about this sport which fosters great students. You can't be lazy and be good at volleyball. And it usually carries over to all activities. Here's Soltz. Blocked, and that lands wide. Last touch by Scotus, 11-6 now. Timeout, John Peterson.
Could it be deja vu?
They came back in 2000. And in that game, it was 14-12 Scotus, and then 5-1 Scotus in the third. It's a great time of year for high school sports, and be with us next week as NETV Sports brings you the 2001 Nebraska State High School Football Championships from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. We'll have complete live coverage of all 6 classes beginning next Thursday, 11 a.m. with the Class D2 Championship. It's the 2001 Nebraska State High School Football Championships next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, exclusively on Nebraska ETV. Nebraska's home for sports. 11-6 Scotus hanging by 5. 3 straight Central City points. And J.C. Cook, moments ago, wiped the perspiration from her face. Now prepares and serves. Outside set, Megan Pyle. She's the go-to swinger, not this time. As Birchard fisted across. Pyle again, touched by the block, it drops. Point Scotus, side out Scotus, and they regain serve.
Well, that's a nice job of going up on the block. It comes off their hands, and the one player is just about there to cover it. And Birchard is telling everyone, help out and cover the block. She's the floor general out there trying to get Central City back in it. Natasha
Bender, another great Shamrock soccer player. Serves now Diggs. Pyle, count it, point Shamrocks, it's 12-6.
And this is a case where they're just pounding over the shorter blocker. The middle blocker for Central City is only 5'7".
Central City needed that one. Let's see if they can capitalize. Here's Rose Dinwiddie. Her father teaches computers and science at the high school. Mom's a lab technician at the local hospital. And that's strong. Central City back within 5. 12-7 now, Shamrocks. Dinwiddie, the 5'6" senior, final day in the green. A service ace! And the Bison climbing back, 12-8.
Dinwiddie has 22 aces on the season, so she can serve tough from that line.
Sackett. And who else? Megan Pyle stems the tide, and now she'll serve.
Megan does such a nice job. She's so athletic and strong, can take a ball set even further off the net and just pound it.
Pass made, Brockmeyer, the continual target of Shamrock serves. Solt's shot won't fall. Here, Shalaha won't work. Dinwiddie not happy with that dig. Solt trying to bail out The Bison won't work. Here's Shalaha. Roll shot, no. Great rally here. Center dump, it does. Central City had to have that one. Don't visit the fridge just yet. 12-8. Scotus hanging by 4.
And Virtue does a nice job of just splitting that seam. She needs to be an offensive weapon, too, when she's in front row.
Great serve, Soul. Backpedaling Sackett, nice pass. Left side, Shalaha, wow. For Scotus to recover on that terrific serve says a lot. Dolezal trying to change the lights on the scoreboard at 13. Laura, just a sophomore. Center dump try, Burchard. Here's Shalaha. She got game point in the first. She claims the 13th in the second.
Wow, she just does such a nice job of a quick arm swing. And if you're just tuning in and you haven't seen volleyball before, you're going to be a fan for life watching these two teams play.
Despite being in Class C1, they're ranked 2 and 3 in the country by the World Herald. Behind Bacay and La Vista. Meanwhile, Solt gets one from the back row.
Solt is such a great leaper. She is up above the net.
Chelsea. Brockmeyer serves. Solid pass. Pyle, and there's Lori Beller. It starts with the pass. Great termination.
And the quickness at which Columbus Scotus runs that off of serve receive. Such a fast, a flat pass right to the setter, can quickly get it to the hitter.
It's amazing these players play so many other sports. You'd think they'd have to specialize to be this fluid. Here's J.C. Cook. Great dig and up from Dolezal. Left side shot, Shalaha. Joust. Shalaha, no. Chased down by Ritter. Here comes the free ball. Scotus for another point. Count it! Match point opportunity number 1 for the Shamrocks. They're up behind us in green. Central City's faithful trying to push them on. The serve, Solt to the deck. Cook for the side out, won't get it. Who's it going to be for the match? Center dump. Another shot, and it won't fall. Scotus one more time. Bender gives it to the middle, and she misses as Byerman was coming down, and Central City survives another rally.
Wow, tremendous play on both teams' part.
They were coming out with the trophies, and they have to retreat with them.
John, you said there's green behind us. There's green all around us.
Virtue serve just above the net. Pyle, decent pass there in the severity of that one. Chased down by Areta. Suddenly, Central City playing terrific scrambling defense. Byerman tipping, and the Bison for the point. They get it. It's a 5-point margin.
You know, there's that fine line of when you get your back against the wall, you decide, hey, we're going to go down swinging. Right now, Central City's swinging away.
Burchard serves, it's just long, and a second match point try for Scotus just ahead. Here's Amanda Shalaha, who's at a penchant for the dramatic so far tonight. Might it be? No. Float serve handled by Ashley Solt. The slide. J.C. Cook blocked out of bounds, and Central City has survived 2 match point chances.
And there's something that gets really frustrating for the team who's trying to win game point when time after time after time they're serving for a game point and can't put it away.
Here's Kay Brockmeyer to pull within 4. Pass Beller. Outside set Megan Pyle, not this time. Brockmeyer, terrific dig. And Solt mishits that one.
She was just a little off balance in her approach.
A third match point try, and now Scotus in a terrific rotation. Jennifer Sackett with her 39 aces is back there. Here it comes from the sophomore. Pass made, Brockmeyer. Outside set, Ashley Solt, cross court. The dig by Shalaha. It's going to be Pyle for the match. No. And they send it over. Here's Pyle, roll shot, not down. Brockmeyer got there just in time. Cook terminates. They live for another.
Well, Bender for Columbus Scotus as a setter. What a great job she did before that play. She took the set off her knees to give her hitter a chance to swing, but Central City put it away.
Don't start the engine yet. The set outside Pyle. Solt saves. And a two-hander back. Middle hit, and that's in. My goodness. Carrie Maracek cutting it to the right, and another match point try. A fourth for Scotus.
Has the intensity level picked up in these last few points or what?
Natasha Bender, uh-oh, poor pass. Solt's gonna swing with the match on the line, and she gets a kill from 11 away. Still 14-9. And Scotus so prepared to erupt, but not so fast. And here's Rose Dinwiddie. She's got an ace in this game. Outside set, Beller. Boy, Brockmeyer's been terrific in the back row game, too. Ritter can't find a home for that one. Beller cross court right at the setter, Burchard. But a free ball back to the Shamrocks. Left side, Megan Pyle. Burchard chooses. Ashley Solt, count it. It's 14-10 now.
I remember one of the players in the earlier interview said these people, we wanted to have them get their money's worth. Well, this game, people are getting their money's worth. What a great kill.
Here it comes from Dinwiddie. They're out of rotation. The Shamrocks. Not what they wanted, and suddenly Central City is within 3 after 4 match point opportunities. And the assistant coaches for Columbus Scotus want an explanation. 14-11 Scotus. And they surround their head coach of 25 years, John Peterson. 7 titles, 5 runners-up, 17 tournaments. They've won every game this year, including the first one tonight. No third games for Columbus Scotus. And there are many young men who are thrilled that volleyball is an indoor sport. 14-11. Shamrocks over the Bison. John Baylor, there's Connie Lentz.
These young ladies are just putting it all on the line. They are leaving it on the court.
With no margin for error. Remarkable play in the last 5-10 minutes by Central City. 4 match points survived for the moment. And within 3. Do you start to believe? Here's Rose Dinwiddie. Tough serve. Pyle. Well off the net. Sorry, that's outside the antenna. It's a 2-point contest. It was 12-6 Scotus. It was 14-9 Scotus. It's 14-12 Shamrocks. Dinwiddie wants a new volleyball. Sort of like a pitcher who doesn't like the scuff marks.
That's right. A little moisture on that ball.
Rose just over. Boy, Sackett's been nails. Left side shot. Well, from Beller. Won't drop this Solt. And the Bison survive that one. And that one's going to be in. Pinch yourself, folks. Central City's within 1.
We need a timeout just for fans to take a breath.
Fasten the roof. Here it comes from Dinwiddie. Pyle trouble again. She wants it. She free balls it over. Now the tie. Burchard. Center dump won't work. Here's Pyle. And battle for right at the net. Free ball back. Pyle on the first swing. In. Megan Pyle gives Scotus a 5th match point chance, and she'll put it in play.
Well, tremendous athleticism by Pyle to keep that ball several plays right at the net, and she was able to put it away.
Scotus got to have the pass. Solt, beautifully done. Gets up, leaps, fires it down. They've done it again. 5 match point chances squandered by the Shamrocks, but it's been all Central City's effort.
And you think, why would Scotus serve her? Well, she fell down on that pass and still was able to get up and make her approach.
Now to tie. Outside set. Beller gets dug by Solt. Back to attack. J.C. Cook. Left side. And off the block it out. Credit Amanda Shalaha. And now a 6th match point chance for Scotus.
Well, Scotus setter Virtue was there. She just had her hands turned out towards the sideline instead of turning that outside hand on the antenna side inward.
Here comes from Shalaha. Brockmeyer, the freshman. Wow, nails there. So, it's in. They called it in. My goodness. Scotus fans in disbelief. Let's take a look.
Well, she does a nice back row attack, and what set that up was the middle is also faking a slide at the same time. So she did a back row attack right behind the middle doing a slide.
Chelsea Brockmeyer serves it to Ace. Call the grandkids. We're tied at 14. They have fought back from 5, gotten through 6 Shamrock match point chances, and it's a new game. First of 2 will take this second.
Fans at home, touch your TV because you can feel the electricity that is in this gym right now.
Catch all the action on net.unl.edu. For those of you unable to pick this one up on television, these would be those friends of your viewers. Just check out net.unl.edu. Click membership and fill out the needed information, and you can support us and our coverage of NSAA, Nebraska High School Volleyball Championship coverage. Become a member of NPTV tonight. 14 apiece, game 2. Central City has to win this game or everyone's got extra time for homework.
If you're a fan with a heart condition, you might want to have somebody know CPR sitting next to you in this one.
Cardiologists are passing out business cards. Middle hit. Ironman won't drop. Central City trying to take the lead. And they do. 15-14. 6 points in a row.
How much energy are these young ladies expending?
A knee knocker at Pershing, and that one would have been long, but it was played by Megan Pyle. And she'll two-handed across. And now for the game, Central City cooks it. Game point Bison, they did it again, and it's 2000 deja vu for the Shamrocks. 16-14. The Bison claim the second. My goodness. We're back for the decisive game 3 when we return. It's happened. In 2001, Scotus has proven capable of falling in a game, but it took a miracle. The last 7 points belong to the Bison. Game 3 belongs to you on NETV Sports next.
This program is made possible by the Nebraska Public Power District and your local public power utility.
Always there when you need us. Nebraska Public Power District and your local public power utility.
Next time on Nature. At first, they are helpless and dependent. But with time, others can depend on them. They grow up to be our best friends. They are puppies, and this is their story.
Sunday night at 7 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
One for the ages at Pershing. 7 Shamrock match points. But this is how the second game finished.
Here comes the slide by Cooks. That's her bread and butter. She loves that. She elevates high and she cuts it to the right back side. What set that play up again was the tough serve by Central City. It kept Scotus out of their offense. They had to free ball, send a set over, a free ball, and Central City cashed in on the free ball. In the stats, you see Scotus had more kills that time, but when you look at ace serves, they're pretty even. Ace blocks, that's the key. Ace blocks, and you win by 2, 16-14. What a well-balanced match. And look at the digs, 33 digs and 28 digs. These young ladies are playing great defense.
My goodness, 7 match point tries, and now Scotus has to regroup. You were there a year ago, Connie. How different is it now? How similar is it now to 2000?
Well, the key is you just have to try to focus on the present situation now. You have to play each ball one at a time. You can't worry about what happened last year. You can't worry about what might happen this year. You just have to go out and make it happen.
Last year it was 14-12 Scotus game 2. They had a couple match point tries, couldn't exploit. Finally, in that second game, Central City prevailed, and then early game 3 it was all Scotus, 5-1 before Central City poured it on and won it 15-6.
Sean, 2 ladies that we don't talk enough about, and that is Virtue, the setter for Central City, and Bender, the setter for Columbus Scotus. These ladies are touching every second ball. You think of all the digs, all the serves, and they are running down every second ball to put up for a hitter. Both of them have almost 600 assists apiece. Outstanding setters.
A Rose is a Rose is a Rose, and Dinwiddie, first name Rose, sends it over. Brockmeyer handles. Ashley Solt swings, making Pyle horizontal. Can't keep it from the hardwood. 1-0 Central City. That is 7 consecutive points. Rose Dinwiddie, that one long. And to think we got a Class B championship after this.
We're going to need a timeout after this one.
Omaha Gross and Aurora as Gross tries to pull another upset. Here's the slide just inside the pin. April Rutta tips. Here's Shalaha. Brockmeyer, boy, she settled down in this match, improving with age like a fine wine and allowing that put away. And a side out for the Bison. Here it comes from Solt off the top of the net. You're listening to the Class C1 Championship right here on NETV Sports alongside Connie Lentz, 21-year head coach, Nebraska State High School volleyball, most recently Kearney Bearcat. I'm John Baylor, courtside at John Pershing Auditorium, former military science professor at the University of Nebraska. What a hero he was in World War I. There's a shot and a put away for Kay Brockmeyer. Side out. Finish the Pershing story. If you don't know it, best friends with Teddy Roosevelt. And he was commander-in-chief in World War I. Helped liberate France from Kaiser Germany. Here's the serve, and that's a little long.
And right now, both teams have to really be conscious of not tightening up now that this is for all the marbles. It's for the trophy, and they still got to go back to doing what they do best, and that's being aggressive. And it's who can control their emotions right now and still perform.
Hustling back in is Nicole Milak. Here's the junior. Setter dump try by Burchard and just above the hardwood. Great save by Scotus. Here's the slide. Cook fighting that antenna unsuccessfully. Point Scotus, we're tied at 1.
And I think energy level is the key right now. These young athletes are in great condition, but they really expended a lot of energy in game 2.
Burchard sends it to the wing. Cook trying to send it down. Fireman and Milak collaborate to save that one. Nice block by Cook. What a retrieval. And Natasha Bender, but it drops.
Well, Bender just did her part in trying to keep that ball off the floor, and miscommunication between 2 players thinking each other's going to get it, and the ball drops.
Here's the set, and it's too wide, and Central City gets the point, 2-1.
Well, it's really important right now for Scotus to pull together, come together and say, okay, take a deep breath, let's stop him, side out.
Shauna Virtue, what a great job she's done setting the volleyball for Central City tonight. Fireman swings with the left hand. Dig by Dinwiddie, attack by Rose. Won't drop. And Byron stuck. It's 3-1 Bison. Central City trying to make it back-to-back.
Oh, the freshman took her one-on-one.
That serve off the top of the net. Scotus needs some points. And back goes Amanda Shalaha. Got a lot of savvy. Great senior player. Set to the wing. Soltis blocked back. And there's one. 3-2 now, Bison.
Schultz does a nice job of going up, but there's the double block for Scotus, just waiting for her. They took her angle shot away.
Renee Byerman calling out signals after that terrific block. That serve is wide. If you just joined us, Scotus led 14-9 game 2, had 7 match point tries. And now we're in the third. Central City serving, leading 3-2 game 3. Here's Megan Pyle, she's blocked back. Great cover by Megan. Two-handed over, whistle, and in the net is Central City. And a side out for Scotus. Back in Jennifer Sackett. Central City digs in. Sackett prepares. Ashley Holt, my goodness, she played a whale of a game in this one. Quick attack, Cook, and that drops. It's awfully warm all of a sudden in Pershing Auditorium, and we've not seen a lot of young ball boys running out there with towels. 3-2 Central City. Here it comes from Cook, and that just touches the twine. Service there, and we're stuck at 3-2 Central City. Natasha Bender, setter who plays every rally, and that serve is just wide. So the teams exchange service errors. Suddenly subdued. It's the calm after the storm following the dramatic conclusion of game 2. And here's Beller, and Rory can't get it down. Left side, Ashley Solt. Megan Pyle, straight ahead, great dig. Tip shot from April Ritter. Here's Pyle to try again. Block back. Covers it. Tight to the net. Beautiful play by Bender to take the count. Free ball, though, to Central City. Here comes Sill. Well off the net and long. Side out. Total on the Scotus.
Bender did an excellent job of waiting for that ball to come out of the net before she passed it up. When the ball hits the net high, it's going to drop straight down. When the ball hits the net in the middle, it's going to kick out a little bit. She waited for it.
The slide, Ashley Holt. And dug up over the net, put away by the setter. Shauna Virtue, we're still stuck on side outs. If this is rally scoring, we're nearing the end of this game.
That's right, and Shauna does a nice job in the right side, taking it to the right back corner. The defense is kind of sucking in a little bit, and she put it in that corner.
Ashley Solt, perhaps she's getting a little tired. Remember, they had 2 tough games against Syracuse last night. The Rockets 27-2. Meanwhile, Lutheran subdued easily 15-0 and 15-1 by Scotus last night. So Scotus might be fresher. Brockmeyer, not what you wanted. Solt long. Point Scotus. We're tied at 3.
And it would be interesting if we had a little clicker that we could click every time these hitters have been jumping tonight. And right now the legs might be getting a little bit tired.
Brockmeyer, good decision. That was going to probably land in. And Rita can't get it over. It's 4-3 Scotus, and 2 uncharacteristic errors suddenly by Central City in a row. Battle of 2, fairly centrally located, though, in the eastern half of the state. Central City and Scotus. Fireman sends it over. Great retrieval from Cook, and another miss hit. This is not a good sign for the Bison. 3 consecutive attack errors, and a wise decision by Jody Gavers to call the timeout. Scotus, 249 kids aged 10 to 12. Central City, 183. Be sure to join Kevin Kugler Tuesday night on Big Red Wrap-Up to discuss the Nebraska-Kansas State game. He'll have Tom Chattel from the Omaha World Herald, Riley Jane Hambleton with the Lincoln Journal-Star. Be with us for a complete review of the game with highlights, commentary, discussion, and you as we take your live phone calls and emails. bringing you in our conversation. That's Big Red Wrap-Up. Tuesdays at 7 with Kevin, right here on Nebraska ETV. Nebraska's home for sports. Well, that's coming up as Mancuso and her Omaha Gross Cougars will face off against Aurora. And if you have not seen the likes of Danny Mancuso, you're going to want to stick around. Meanwhile, the Shamrocks with a lot left to accomplish here as their lead is 5-3, 10 away from victory. Dolezal serves it, sophomore, across it goes. Brockmeyer steady, now attacks. Dolezal takes a knee. Megan Pyle, and a free ball over from Bender. Backslide, and Ritta gets it down.
Great play. She comes off of that 1 foot and just takes it high off the defender's arms, out of bounds.
Here's Chelsea Brockmeyer into the net. And boy, if the last 5 or 6 rallies are any indication, looks like Central City a little fatigued. These balls are just not traveling as high as they expect.
Fatigued, and also possibly just kind of the nerves are starting to tighten up a little bit, and you can't tighten up right now at this point. You just got to stay loose and play hard because you have to just react.
That's junior Nicole Milak for Scotus. Outside set, tipping Cook, not this time. Setter dump, Natasha Bender-Dog. Here's Cook. Dolezal goes to the deck. It's going to be Shalaha block back. She wants it back. Instead, though, Megan Pyle. And through the hands of Kate Brockmeyer. No argument. Point Scotus, 6-3.
And Brockmeyer that time was trying to get back into her defensive position. The ball was just hit right at her.
That was Carrie Marachek's father a moment ago on the screen. A great middle for Scotus, and a service ace for the Shamrocks at 7-3. 8 away from the championship, but no lead large enough against these plucky Bison from Central City. Not a great pass above the net, and Bender tips it home, and that'll drop. And Columbus Scotus has an 8-3 lead. John Peterson gives a signal to his setter as Scotus players talk it over. Finally the serve. And Cook the pass and shot. Byerman sets back row. Megan Pyle blocked back. Covered beautifully. Byerman, she gets out of the way. So Shalaha can shoot it home. And suddenly Scotus poured it on. It's 9-3 Shamrocks. Beautiful cut shot from the left pin.
Oh, just a great placement of that shot.
All this with Milak serving. The slide. Cook can't drop it. Shalaha, can she do it again? Solt chases it. Quick attack. Cook gets it home, and finally a side out for Central City. They've been staring at Scotus taillights most of this game and nearly all of the second.
And Cook just came on that and just drove the ball off to the blocker side before she could really get set up for a block. The thing I'm impressed right now is just with Scotus defense. They're just digging everything.
Megan Pyle handles well. Shalaha once more. Solt can play front and back row. Brockmeyer two-hander over to Megan Pyle of Scotus. Byerman cross court, and that one will fall. Side out, Columbus Scotus.
Attacking the right backside of Central City's defense. That's the setter back there having to play defense.
Here it comes from Shalaha. A lot of dramatics provided by her in this one. Two-handed over. Scotus with a chance to make it 10. They do.
Wow. What a nice quick back on that. She comes right behind the setter, goes up. Whack.
That was Renee Byerman, the 5'10 junior. It's tricky when you're trying to block a left-hander in the middle. Central City tuning in to their head coach, Jody Gavers. And these fans nearly filling up the 8,500 seat Pershing Auditorium with the Class B fans in here as well. Now Central City. How do they find another rabbit under another hat?
Well, one is they've been here before many times. They've come back. Right now, I think they're just experiencing. You have so much adrenaline going, and then that adrenaline starts to drop. And right now, Central City needs to get another adrenaline rush.
That's Connie Lentz. I'm John Baylor, courtside at Pershing. 10-3, Scotus. And Central City digs in. That's Cook with the pass. Cook with the swing, out of bounds. It's 11-3, Columbus Scotus.
And they don't want to give up any just free points to Scotus. In other words, they want Scotus to have to earn it, not by Central City's errors.
Here it comes from Shalaha. Not a great pass. Solt's going to get a swing. That's long. It's 12-3. First it was Milak, and now Shalaha doing the serving and running the points. 3 away from a championship. Their 6th in 7 seasons. Pass made by Ashley Solt. Here's Cook, and JC gets a carry against Scotus. And a side out for the Bison.
Well, Cook just does a nice job of delivering a body shot to give her team a chance to get a point.
Megan Pyle swings, and that would have been in. Brockmeyer forced to play it, and it drops.
These hitters are going to have to pack their arms on ice tonight after this match.
Three away from the title. Jennifer Sackett plays, and Junior sends it. Not a great pass. April Ritta. A free ball from J.C. Cook. Point 13, not yet. Megan Pyle gets dug. Here's Cook in the middle. Lori Beller there. Set her dump try. Natasha Bender. And now the Bison, and they can't get it down. Beautiful pancake Bender, but it's out of bounds. And Central City takes over the serve. Look
Cook
at this by Bender.
Cook is just battling hard. Just great effort. Cook's battling hard. Bender's battling hard. Pyle's on the floor. Everybody's just giving it all they have.
A service there from J.C. Cook. Great middle. She and Ashley Solt a terrific tandem. And here's Natasha Bender. She's starting to wipe the soles of the sneakers. Getting every bit of grip she can. That's a near ace. Solt flat foots it. Sackett chases. Now for the point. Lori Beller, she got it. It's 13-3. This might be too much for Central City to come back from.
Well, that was just a nice off-speed, nice high over the block and down. She directed the ball really well to the inside of the court that time.
Solt steps in front of it. The set back to Ashley. Powers it cross court. And Pyle lays it in. They've got another match point chance. Their first this game, but 14-3. The margin seemingly insurmountable.
Well, Pyle took that ball right off the pass. She wasn't waiting for the setter to set it. She took it over on the second hit.
Can Central City come back again? Last time it was 5. Not a great pass by Solt. And a free ball over to Scotus. Who has the honors for the championship? Megan Pyle mistouches it into the net. Megan wanted that a little higher. She and Natasha Bender have been together for so long, both seniors. Here comes Dinwiddie. She ran a ton of points into game 2, and she runs one here. 14-4 now. You can't believe yet. Just too much.
Both these teams never say quit, that's for sure.
14-4, Dinwiddie across it goes. Sackett's the nails, outside set. Lori Beller, they're going to get a chance to make it point number 5. On the run, Solt. Sackett there again. Here's Megan Pyle. Brockmeyer set her dump on the second swing. Burchard, and a free ball back. The Bison with a chance to make it a 5th point. It's Solt powering it down. It's 14-5 Shamrocks. Connie, you burn a timeout yet, or let them play through it?
You let them play maybe just a couple more and then take it.
Here it comes, and they're out of rotation again. Scotus relinquishes Central City's 6th point, and now a timeout. And more confusion on the part of the Scotus staff, wondering what the issue was as they're called out of rotation for the 2nd time in this match. My guess is that happens typically once a decade.
Well, what happens is before the service contact, you catch players maybe trying to cheat a little bit or move closer. For example, the setter might be wanting to take off early and get to the net to be in her setter position, and she might cross that player's feet. So if her foot is ahead of her front row player, then that's called overlapping. So it might have been a situation where someone just stepped across in the line of someone else's foot.
3 straight Central City points. 14-6 now, Scotus. And if this gets much closer, this place is going to be combustible.
Well, Central City just has this mental switch in their heads that when the score is 14, they start playing like crazy.
That's Connie Lentz. I'm John Baylor. 21 years she's been a head coach in the state of Nebraska, most recently with Kearney. And now Dinwiddie sends it across. Sackett pulls her setter off. Only choice outside. Here's Laura Beller. Won't work. Central City, another chance for a point, and Schultz exploits it. 14-7 now. Scotus's lead is just 7. 4 straight Central City points.
Well, Ashley, again, is just such a great leaper. She has such a nice arm swing, and at the last minute, she takes that wrist and cuts the ball.
Near ace by Rose Dinwiddie, and Megan Pyle roll shot nearly drops in the donut. Schultz, Bender tipping over Beller. Central City, again, Ashley Schultz. Boy, still some springs left in those legs. Pyle off the net, nearly drops. Schultz colliding, and shooting it home. And Central City, folks, has scored 5 in a row, but still it's a 6-point deficit.
Great effort as far as hitter coverage. Each team is having 3 and 4 and sometimes 5 players around the hitter keeping the ball off the floor from a block.
A service ace, Rose Dinwiddie. It's 14-9, and that's a memorable score. It was from that juncture that Central City made their run to claim game number 2. 6 points in a row. She serves into the net. And another match point chance. They had 7 in the second game. I believe this is the second in the third game for Scotus.
This is where Scotus wants to end it quick.
How many miracles are in the Central City bucket? Outside set. Schultz, and that's one more. Remarkable. Central City, though, plenty of wood to chop. Down by 5. Off the net, consecutive service errors. And you see Lori Beller telling her teammates for Scotus right here, right here. This would be match point attempt number 3 in the third. And entrusted with the services, Laura Dolezal. 5'7" sophomore puts it in play to the freshman Brockmeyer. Back row shot from Schultz. And now for the match. And nearly down from Shalaha. Tip shot and a great chance here for Scotus. Who will it be? Shalaha once more. Cross court, no. Schultz there. Side out for Brockmeyer. Out of bounds. Nobody touched it. Match point. Columbus Scotus.
What a match. What a match.
The Shamrocks did it. And Central City can only be proud. Stunning comebacks in games 2 and 3. We're back for the entire awards ceremony and a conversation with some of the heroes in green and white. Stay right there. The C1 title in 2001 belongs to Columbus Scotus. Their 6th championship in Class C1 in the last 7 seasons. And you're listening to the 2001 High School Volleyball Championships on NETV Sports.
Next time on Austin City Limits, the eclectic jams of the string cheese incident.
I feel your spirit everywhere. I can hear you sigh, restless wind.
Tonight at 11 Central Time on Nebraska ETV.
This Sunday, Nebraska ETV celebrates those who protect our freedom and those who live in danger. See what it was like to be halfway around the world fighting for your life, or struggling to survive the terrors of the ocean. Revisit a battlefield 30 years later, and hear from veterans who gave their all in service to their country. This Sunday, join Nebraska ETV as we salute those who deserve it the most.
This is your Nebraska ETV network.
It came to this. Central City returning serve. And let's watch the left side attack of freshman Kay Brockmeyer. Shalaha gets dug by Solt. Burchard goes to the wing. Brockmeyer, nobody touched it. Match point for the Shamrocks of Scotus. And that's a scene you never tire of. Absolute bedlam in green and white. They had 7 match points in the second, and the third was the charm in the third. A total of 10 in the 10th got it done for the Shamrocks. And now let's send it to our public address announcer. Here's Mr. Tom Weiss.
The Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to have medals and trophies for both of these outstanding teams. Presentations will be made by NSAA Board of Control members Bob Resnicek from Omaha West Side, Mike Troxel from Sutherland, and U.S. Bank representative Amy Ramsey. Here are the awards for Class C1 runner-up, Central City High School. Will head coach Jody Gabers and your assistants please step toward the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each team member. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 2, Stephanie Kusera. Number 4, Chelsea Brockmeyer. Number 5, Alicia McCoy. Number 8, Jamie Bakey. Number 9, Michelle Menke. Number 12, Katie McCoy. Number 14, Brittany Huseman. Number 15, Andra Dexter. Number 3, April Ritta. Number 6, Kay Brockmeyer. Number 7, Rose Dinwiddie. Number 10, Shauna Virtue. Number 11, J.C. Cook. And number 13, Ashley Soul. And now, all of the Bison team are welcome to receive the runner-up trophy for your school. Congratulations, Central City High School. And now to the champions. First, head coach John Peterson, we have a special award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Number 1, Nicole Milak. Number 4, Laura Dolezal. Number 8, Taylor Harsh. Number 9, Renee Fireman. Number 11, Michelle Flint. Number 12, Lynn Weeder. Number 13, Karen Ketter. Injured player, Andrea Brzezinski. Number 2, Jen Sackett. Number 3, Carrie Rotchek. Number 5, Amanda Chalaha. Number 6, Natasha Bender. Number 7, Megan Pyle. And number 10, Lori Beller. And now, for these outstanding athletes and their school, here is the 2001 C1 State Volleyball Championship Trophy. Congratulations, Columbus Scotus High School.
Scotus persevered as Central City kept fighting back, and it was Columbus Scotus, the terrific tradition and terrific skill exhibited, especially at the end, as Columbus wins it in 3 dramatic games over Central City. And we're back with a lot more, including conversations with the victorious head coach and some of his players. Scotus wins it in Class C1. And the 2001 State High School Volleyball Championships are right here on NETV Sports. Columbus Scotus fights off their demons of a year ago, and Central City was able to come back and win the final 2. This time, Scotus prevails in the 3rd with the winning head coach. Here's Connie.
I'm with John Peterson, Columbus Scotus' coach. Coach, first of all, congratulations. I've known you for a lot of years. We won't discuss how many, but you've been 12 years in the final. How sweet was this one?
Well, this is as sweet as it gets. I knew this was going to be a great match, and we were going to have to play exceptionally well. I'm just so proud of these kids because Central City has an outstanding team with some great players, and Jody does a great job of coaching them, and I feel very fortunate that we could play this way and win this match.
Did your athletes and you kind of have a motto during the season, as soon as the match ended last year, about unfinished business?
Well, I don't know if we had that motto, but certainly that was in the back of our mind, that we knew Central City returned a lot of their excellent players, and we knew that we were going to have to play tremendous, or get to another level if we wanted to beat them. And we changed our defenses a little bit from what we did last year, and this kid just stepped up and just got better and better all year. We knew we had to improve, and boy, I thought our middles got way better by the end of the year. And I can't say enough of our seniors, the leadership they gave us. They just are great kids.
Well, John, what did you say in between game 2 and 3 after that tremendous comeback? What did you tell your kids?
Well, I said, you know, the score was kind of even because I think the first game we were there, we had about 13-8, came back on us. And I think we were at about 14-8, they came back on us. So I said, hey, they turned the tables on us a little bit. Now it's just who can get refocused here and be able to play that last game. And I thought we were very tentative the first 2 or 3 points there and made a few mistakes, but their serving hurt them a little bit that 3rd game. And our kids, as we played on, you know, rose to the occasion.
Well, and your serving also made Central City have a lot of unforced errors.
Well, we tried to really push them as deep as we can because they like to swing a lot out of the back row, and they got a lot of kills there, but I'd much rather have them hitting out of the back row than hitting out of the front. And you know, we missed a few serves that we didn't like to see, but overall, I thought our serving was pretty tough.
Well, Coach, congratulations. Now we need to talk to a couple of your players. Next up that we'll have is a young lady, Natasha Bender, the setter. You were just all over the floor tonight. You made some unbelievable sets from your knees. You made some unbelievable digs from your stomach. One fist, get it over. What did you say to your team after game 2 when you were on the court?
Oh, that it was our turn. We needed this. We prepared enough. We could do this. And we're going to let it happen like last year.
So how much of a motivating factor did you do in the off season? As soon as that match ended last year, how much did you start working towards this year?
Oh, this summer, all of us, that was our main focus. We went to camps, did open gyms, and I don't know, we just worked hard this whole season.
Well, what a terrific job you did setting the ball. Congratulations.
Thanks.
What a great victory.
Thanks.
And now if we could talk to Megan Pyle. Or let's, come on over here, Amanda. This is Amanda Salaha. What a fantastic match you played. You had some key hits at key moments. You had some great digs at key moments. Just what are your thoughts right now?
I think we played our best, and I think we deserve it.
So being a senior, what does this mean to you?
Hopefully I'll go play more volleyball in college, somewhere, I don't know where yet, but I love it.
Congratulations to you. What an outstanding match.
Thank you.
And now, if we can have Megan Pyle come in. Megan Pyle, what a tremendous match. You're going to have to pack your arm in ice. How many swings did you have tonight?
Too many. Too many. We knew we were going to have to go out strong from the get-go, and we knew they weren't going to let up on us. And we were going to have to play to win the whole time.
So what were you thinking as a team after game 2?
I was thinking that we had to not lose our composure, and we had to play fearless.
So Megan, how does this feel to end your career with this match?
It feels awesome. Nobody wanted to let us go down with the lose at the end of the season, and this is the way we wanted to go.
Well, Megan, congratulations. Great tournament.
Thank you.
Super match.
Thank you.
And now back to John.
Hey, thanks. The victors get the spoils, and Columbus Scotus wins their 6th title in the last 7 years, despite a gallant effort by the Central City Bison. Well, the Class C1 championship, really everything advertised, a terrific match between two teams that had never lost all season long. Well, how does Columbus Scotus finish? 28-1. That's 29-0. That's all. And Central City 29-1.